So I'm going to put something up on the board here in a second. To yourselves. I want you to count the F's to yourself. All right? To your, which means don't talk, don't say anything, go, oh, right? You're going to just count to yourself. Ready? What are you going to do? Count to your excellent work. Here we go. Count to yourself. Shh, to yourself. Where needs more time? Anyone? Go ahead. Finish up. Very nice. Now, by the sound of one clap, how many of you here counted at least 4 F's? Okay, excellent. By the sound of one clap, how many of you counted at least 5 F's? Excellent. Now, by the sound of a clap, how many of you counted at least 6 F's? By the sound of a clap, how many of you counted at least 7? By the sound of a clap, how many counted at least 8? By the sound of a clap, anybody who count more than 8? Now, did you notice, from the beginning, it was a much louder clap, right? Now, let me walk you through something here, and we'll see if anything happens in the group. Count along with me. Feature 1, films 2, are the result of years of scientific study combined with the experience of years of professionals. 8. Up here we have 9, and over here we have 10. Oh, wow! They was like a magician. Voila! Now, how's that possible? It's the same exact slide, the same exact thing you saw, yet some of you, most of you, didn't count full 10. There's a lot of reasons for that. Because sometimes we think we know things, we think we know what's going to happen. I have 4 great kids. I have a daughter who's a junior, a son who's a freshman, and kindergarten and preschool. We've got a crazy house. We've got a 4-ring circus in my family. All right? I'm an adult. I'm a parent. I've had some experience. And coming through school, our teachers, our parents, our adults have some perspective on life. However, we don't know everything, even though we think we think we do. I cannot begin to tell you what it's like to be a 6th grader at George Washington Middle School in Wayne, New Jersey. I did go to Cole Junior High School in Denver, Colorado. Big difference. When I was in 6th grade, I was in elementary school. 6th grade is now in middle school. Big difference. Now, I can't tell you there's a lot I can learn from you. So sometimes, you as kids, you as students, only see 4 F's, 5 F's. Our teachers, if you give them a chance, are not just about teaching, they're about character, it's about content. It's about helping you create individuals to be these great growing things. Anybody hear the story about Brad Handler? Anybody know who Brad Handler is? Of course you don't. Brad Handler went to school with me. Of course you know Brad Handler, right? Brad Handler was smart, but he was kind of short, kind of round, freckles, glasses, and his mom made sure he played the flute. So you can imagine how kids in our class thought of Brad Handler, right? You can just imagine. Well, Brad Handler became an attorney, and he worked for a small company called eBay. You familiar with that company? You are, right? He became the very, it's called the in-house counsel, the very first attorney to work for eBay, and he did what's called bring the company public. You know what that means? It's now traded on the stock market, New York Stock Exchange. A year or 2 after he brought them public, he left the company with a big fat paycheck of $750 million. Wow! And Brad Handler sat next to me in school, in class. And you know what? You might be a Brad Handler. There might be someone in this group right now, maybe getting picked on, maybe someone's making fun of you, some kind of comments. You could be that Brad Handler. Or better yet, maybe that Brad Handler is sitting right next to you. How about that? How cool would that be? I'm thinking about some money, right? So today's program is called Operation Pride. Where does pride come from? Where does it come from? Yeah. What do you make yourself? I mean, you You can't go to Kohl's, you can't go into Abercrombie & Fitch, buy that pride jacket, put that pride jacket on and walk around and say, look at my pride. You cannot go down to ShopRite, go down that soda shelf and grab a can of pride and crack it open and drink some pride. Where's it come from? In yourself. It just does, Coach. You can't explain it. Where does pride come from? Yeah. Your actions? Oh, we're getting somewhere. Where does pride come from? Yeah. Your heart. Ooh, I like that. What do you mean by that? You can't? Who said that? Okay, go ahead. Explain it. You have to believe in yourself. So if you believe in yourself, what does that mean? There's lots of ways to have pride. It comes from within, right? There was a quote I put at the very beginning by Henry David Thoreau. It says, it's not what's in front of you, meaning your future. It's not what's behind you, meaning your past. It's what comes from within you that matters. And when you bring what's within you out in this world, miracles happen. Is that a good definition of pride? Very good, right? So, Operation Pride starts off with something called performance. How do you perform is up to you. We're not just talking about grades and schoolwork, because I know you're all busy with your agendas, getting your homework done. We're talking about how do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to become? Because ultimately, once you get through school, now let's talk about how you get through school. Because let's talk about this blueprint you're starting to learn. You have to study hard, right? In order to get good what? Grades. And you need to get good grades in order to get into a good college, right? You need to get into a good college in order to get a good job. And you have to get a good job in order to make a lot of money, right? And you have to make a lot of money in order to be what? Rich, happy, successful, right? So you're already on this blueprint of life. And I'm telling you as an adult, if all you focus on is this concept that's going to make you happy, is being rich, and make a lot of money, I'm going to tell you there's no amount of money in the world that can give that to you. It's not about